I wish I could make reaction videos, but I was born in 1956. I've heard all these songs. What could I possibly react to?
I was worth it, found my purpose, reverently abyss to the surface, the reward of constantly working.
Hey whippersnappers, Brian here at A Boomer Reacts. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, thanks for checking me out. I listen to rap and hip-hop songs using lyric videos, and then I let you know what I thought about them. As you can see, I'm going to be reacting to the Coup, and the song is, it's either Me and Jesus or Me and Jesus. I don't know, because I don't think Jesus was a pimp. So I'm going to say Jesus. Me and Jesus the pimp in a 79 Grenada last night. If it turns out to be Jesus, this is going to be a very interesting song. And you know that I'm not going to say this whole title anymore. That's too many syllables. I'm just going to say Me and Jesus. I reacted to the Coup before. I did Big Cats, Bigger Fish. That was a really good storytelling song. I don't know. This is only the second one I'm doing by the Coup. So I'm hoping it's a good story as well. Big Cats, Bigger Fish was off their second studio album, Genocide and Juice, released in '94. Me and Jesus is off their third studio album called Steal This Album, released in '98. The album's title pays tribute to 1960s radical Abbie Hoffman's Yippie manifesto, Steal This Book. Let's see, refresh my memory. They're from Oakland, formed in '91. Members are Boots Riley, DJ, Pam the Funkstress, R.I.P., Pam, E-Rock, and T-Cash. E-Rock officially left the group before Steal This Album. Me and Jesus was written and produced by Boots Riley. All right. I couldn't find a good lyric video for this, so I'm just going to scroll. Okay. Me and Jesus.
Well, he was smiling like a vulture as he rolled up the horticulture. Ignited it and said, I hope the vapors don't insult you. What I replied, denied, but mixing weed and hot. He said it was 9, looking down like he agreed a lot. Board said we need a plot. I comply, let's lead a spot. Hopped in the Grenada, he's impressed by the beat I got. His name is Jesus, but his pimp name is Jesus. Slapped a hold of pieces with his plastic prosthesis. Nigga, don't you know that I'm your daddy, said he. This is true, plus he schooled me for my Mackin' degree. Never flee, try not to flee, make niggas pee when you stick around. This man my mama had found, told me to put it down. I press the gas to the ground to show that I'm a hound. Make sure they gear up a sound that's heard throughout the town. 30 years ago, Jesus could pull a hoe quick, but now he 50 and his belly hang lower than his dick. Philosophy that he spit, stuck in my memory chip. And now we putting in a disc of Gladys Knight in the pit. And then the shit starts to skip. He said somebody must have scratched it, put the 40 to his lips and brought the contents down the hatchet. Now since my adolescence, cause of his pimp lessons, smack my woman in the dental just for asking silly questions. Relationship reduction, either rock the box or such. Ain't got no close partner socially, I can't function. From the penny was scribed on how to survive. Don't be Microsoft, be Macintosh with a hard drive. Used to tell me all the time to keep a bitch broke. Did I mention that my mama was his #1 hope? Clunk the Foley on the floor and place his palm on the dash and wheeze out. Come on, man, make this motherfucker mash. Ain't gon' mash too fast, cause my tags ain't right. Me and Jesus the pimp in 79 Grenada last night. far away can make you drop your jaw. Sparkling like sequins on the transvestite at Mardi Gras. There's beauty in the cracks of the cement. When I was 5, I hopped over them wherever we went to prevent whatever it was that could break my mama's back. Little did I know that it would roll up in a Cadillac. And matter of fact, she couldn't see him like a cataract. And on the track, she went from beautiful to battle axe. And back at home, she would cry into her pillow, vomit in the commode. I was 6 years old. I would crawl onto her lap and we would hug and hold. Never knew how she was suffering for my food and clothes. She asked me what I thought of Jesus when he broke off some bread. I said he missing an arm and he seemed like a peepee head. She said don't cut and my teeth to go brush and get ready for bed and the toilet to flush. With tears in mama's eyes, I was her everything. Before she went out on the stroll, she tucked me into bed and sang.
You're just too beautiful for words. You're just too beautiful for words. You're just too beautiful for words.
I see the red and white lights as the ambulance flies. Reminds me of midnight in the dope fiend's eyes. And my 9-year-old self as paramedics leave. Left to ball my eyes out on the neighbor's sleep. To give illustrations that are clear and clean, I'll take you 2 hours back before this scene. Early in the morning when the sun starts to creep, when the birds start to chirp and crackheads go to sleep. Moms was coming in, I heard her keys go clink. Wearing nothing but pumps, bikini and fake mink. Even though she served for $50 a pop, hardly had enough for rent after Jesus retired. That day the landlady got a rent before he got his knot. Slammed mama's head against the front boat lock. Then the pimp with one arm done horn. Reached back and plowed into her head like a farm. Never saw the act like in the back I was cussing. Heard the blap blabber 20 head crack percussion. And body blows, her body broke from bolos to the spine. I was hysterically crying. All she could do was whine. She didn't even have the strength to say I love you, boo. But I said it to her, and she knew that I knew. She was dead by the time the ambulance got on the case. But I never will forget the plastic hand stuck in her face. Stop at the intersection to ask Jesus about directions. Go to Frisco, I got very friendly vocal inflections. Mama left at MacArthur to continue in flight. Me and Jesus, the pimp, in the 79 Grenada last night. The raindrop giant pearls, God was pissing on the world. Or that old man who was snoring rode on over in Earl. My temperature gauge, red, cold, and blistering. Spinning wheels made a piece of asphalt history. This was Jesus' debut out the penitentiary. 15 years, but it seemed like a century. See, he went in the pen for some other murder drama. 12 years old, I wrote him, quote, I wanna be a pimp, comma. You accidentally killed my mom's, no player Haitian points. We know how bitches act, shit, exclamation point. At first it was a setup move, then it was the truth. His letters were the only friend that I had as a youth. But his lopsided game, see, was really counterfeit. So my little son, Dominic, thinks that I'm a dick. Cause I was running around like a little baby Jesus. To me, women had to be saints, hoes, and skeezers. And I don't think that it's gon' end till we make revolution. But who gon' make the shit if we worship prostitution? Ain't no women finna die for the same old conclusion. Put their life on the line so some other pimp can use them. Pulled into a vacant lot, the road to recovery. Pulled out my pistol as we brushed against the shrubbery. Jesus said, why the hell you pointing the gap? So I pulled a piece of game I could use out the hat. I said, this trip is over, we ain't finna ride on. This is for my mental and my mama that I cried on. Microsoft motherfuckers let bygones be bygones. But since I'm Macintosh, I'ma double click your icon. He struggled for life, then gave up the fight. Me and Jesus the pimp in the 79 Grenada last night.
Just too beautiful for words. You're just too beautiful for words. You're just too
So I guess it's technically, that was a hard word to get out, that he is Jesus, because that's his pimp name, but his real name is Jesus. So I was half right. Not about the title, though. It's Jesus. That was a great storytelling song. How long was that? Oh, over 7 minutes. Didn't seem like that, though. Long song title, long song. Yeah, a great storytelling song. I don't know if this is actually true for Boots or not. But you know, this man that was brought into his life via his mother ended up killing his mother, and he took Jesus's advice about, you know, standing on your own, make your enemy pee. And I bet Jesus peed in the car. I think it's he went to prison for something other than killing his mom. And while he was in prison, he was writing letters to him. It was like his only role model, if you want to call it that. And then he comes out of prison, what was it, like 15 years? And so Boots is, you know, already grown. And then they go for a ride. And that's Jesus's last ride. So he got revenge for his mother. Tough scene with the mother dying, huh? Banging her head against a deadbolt 20 times. But Boots, you know, was following Jesus's advice, and it didn't get him very far, and it made his kid hate him. So it seems like, you know, he's trying to turn his life around now. I like the, I don't know if it's a chorus or what you call it, but the Oakland Do You Want to Ride sounds like it's from a preacher. That could have been louder. I like that part, you know, because it ties in with gospel and Jesus in the title. And the ladies who were doing Just Too Beautiful for Words and the ahas in the background, they were good too. So all in all, a really good song. I'm going to listen to it again just so I can, you know, nail down what went down. Well, thanks for hanging with me, guys. If you like this kind of content, give me a like and a surprise. I knew I was going to say it. Content. And a subscribe. Give me a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you. I'm looking at lyrics. I'll see you on the next video.